I'm back. I come back. I did say I'll be back, and I'm right here. It's out and about, and we usually just focus on food. We'll be eating by now. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And so today we'll do things a little bit different. We'll give you tips on what to consider when you go the healthy route. And if you are on the healthy route, do you ever get bored? Because damn, the meals can get boring. It's at 9:29 Central African time. Now, you know, the running has become one of those trendy lifestyle thingies that you see happening. People belong to some running club. Most people have even taken on weekend routines where they belong. They even hang out as themselves, you know. So Saturdays and Sunday mornings, you'll see them on the street running up. And some people will be doing it, as you go to work during the week, you'll see them. But I don't think during the week you'll see a lot of runners. The weekend has become a thing, trust me. Today on Taste the Culture, we are talking about what's in the runner's plate and what runners consume to stay energized and fueled up. We're going to be talking to a nutritionist, Nontuthuko Mashimane, who's joining me on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. Let's get into it, man. You know, I spoke about how boring healthy meals can be. Especially, you know, when you start, I get you're filled by excitement because you're seeing the difference. The body's telling you also that, man, what a relief that you have taken certain things away. Mara, after a while, you're like, oh, salad, again. What do we do? How do we keep the spirit of good nutrition going?
You know what? I think and I believe, and I've seen it with my patients, that we need to experiment. We always have this perception of eating clean or eating healthy is boring, which is not true. There's so much that you can do with just healthy food, or I'll say food from the soil, because that's what it is. Healthy food is food straight from the soils, food that's not gone through the process, food that doesn't have artificial coloring and sweetening and all those things. So we can. If you look at the variety that's out there, there's so many vegetables out there, there's so many fruits that's out there, there's so much that you can do. I think people need to be more open-minded. Then it won't be boring, actually.
So in preparation of a big run event, people, because I think people set different bars, I think a friend of mine said something like, now they are doing 5 kilometers. And I'm like, and then now what? 10 kilometers and 15. How do you prepare meal-wise for a big run event?
Okay. All right. So the most important thing that I always give to runners, that we need to consider health first. And once you are healthy, then the body will be able to do what it needs to do. So we don't even the body and then we think we're going to run it out, or we're just going to get away with it because we're running. What we need to put in the body is what we call fuel. So like you put petrol and diesel in a car, you need to put proper fuel in the body. So when you're feeding a body for preparing for long distance running, like maybe your marathons, you need to be putting fuel that's going to actually help you with endurance and stamina, and that is your carbs. Now, carbs turns to sugar in the body. So it's so important that we put, carbs that are not going to spike up your insulin levels, carbs that are going to be really slowly. So your vegetables like sweet potatoes, actually all vegetables have some percentage of carbs in there.
Okay.
Your fruits, good oils, good fats, which is from your avocado, from your nuts, from your seeds. That is what we should be eating. I know runners, they want to eat, carbs that are like your pizzas, your burgers. And I always say that before a run, just consider eating healthier so that you can have a better run, because you are what you eat at the end of the day. So what you put in, you what you get out.
The change I've been feeling since I went clean, I don't even know how to describe. My energy is back. Certain bad habits took themselves out. I don't even have to fight them anymore. And one of them is alcohol. I consume less and less. The appetite for alcohol has become so small. So you definitely are what you eat, guys. And this is actually coming from someone who's been experimenting. So, to have you co-sign that, I'm hoping we inspire even colleagues that are in the studio today. No more pizza for you to make. All right, so So I want to talk about, look, can I reverse a bit? Tell me about
Yeah, you can.
the good carbs or the carbs that are in vegetables, because you would think carbs are, because
Yeah.
someone would be like, no carbs, zero carbs, kanti, no, you'll have carbs in vegetables and fruits. So there are good
Yes.
carbs, guys. There are good
Yes.
carbohydrates. Okay.
I always say that good carbs are the ones that are coming from nature. That is why I pointed out on fruits and vegetables. What are
Mm,
carbs? The carbs is food that turns into sugar. Now we
mm,
want sugar that is natural. So that is why I encourage that we go back to eating food from the earth,
yeah.
which is your vegetables. And like I said, you get vegetables that are more carbs than others, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, butternuts, pumpkin. All those are high in carbs. Then,
Mm,
if you consume those, it will help you with your running because they get released slowly, and they release the sugar that is needed for energy, but it's not the sugar that is artificial. Remember, there's so much artificial foods out there, and unfortunately, those do have side effects. They do have a negative impact on the body, and they do make an environment for disease like diabetes and high blood pressure and all that. So the best thing is try to be as natural as possible. Come back to nature because we are nature. I
come
always
back
tell
to the
people that
source.
we are nature, and yes, and
Mm,
our source of
mm,
food comes from nature. The
mm.
more we stay away from nature, the more we are prone to be having diseases and sicknesses. But the
Yep.
more that we go closer to nature, you find that the body, like you say, like you witnessed, it becomes happier. The brain thinks better. You
Yes.
feel lighter.
Mm,
Your organs work better. Like if you stay away from alcohol, remember alcohol is it's toxins that
mm,
go and straight to your liver, and they
mm,
put havoc on your liver. So once you stay away from all those and you stick to more what we call healthier foods, your body responds, and
mm.
you will feel the difference.
Uh-huh. So then let's say on a morning of a long run, how many hours before then can I be like, let me have this power breakfast so that I don't run out of energy, or I'm pumped up, There's
Yeah.
this thing of, okay, let me eat and digest, but how many hours before can you get into a hectic workout or your long run session?
Yeah, I'll make an example. Tomorrow there's a Cape Town Marathon, which is a 42K.
Mm.
So the marathon, if it starts at about 6 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
you would have woken up by probably 3, get ready. So chances are, if it's at 5, most people would have eaten 1.5 hours before the gun goes, the start. So
Mm.
eating 1.5 hours before the race is fine. But remember that during a long run, like a 42K, you eat along the route also. So when you're fueling the day before,
Okay.
you are carbo loading.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, you are eating again, you are loading. And then during the race, you are also going to be eating to replace whatever that is moving
Okay.
out the body and being used. So those
Okay.
different stages are so important. Some people make the mistake of eating in the morning, and then during the whole run, they don't eat. That is why
Mm.
people hit the wall, people feel fatigue, people have headaches and all sorts of things
Mm.
because you're not fueling properly. You're not taking your electrolytes, which are very important because electrolytes are the ones that you have to replace, because when you are running, you are sweating.
Mm.
And most people, when you see them sweat, you see salt coming out,
Mm.
and you're losing electrolytes. And you need them for the heart to function, for the muscles to function. So during the marathon or during the runs, you need to be replacing those that you are losing. So it's so important to pre-load or eat before the race, eat during the race, and obviously post-race when you are recovering, when you're eating more protein.
Mm. Mm. Okay, so I want to talk about electrolytes. So what are the electrolytes? Let's say I buy these sachets, ne? Sachets. Are they healthy or do they
Yeah.
have preservatives? What are natural electrolytes? Well,
Okay.
let's just say, are they
Elect
natural, all of them? Even those sachets, are they natural?
Okay, there's different types or different I'll say brands, but generally, to be honest, electrolytes are so important for each and every person living, but much more if you're into sports
Mm.
and you're training, because like I said, you sweat more, which means you need to replace even frequently. So electrolytes are your minerals, which is your potassium, your sodium, your magnesium. All those are so, so important because they're the ones who actually help the muscle to actually contract properly. They help even the heart muscle to contract and to pump better. So when you are lacking electrolytes, then it becomes a problem because that's when people start cramping. Some people get lightheaded, brain fog, and mentally, some people get delusional while running because you're lacking all these electrolytes. So electrolytes are what the body needs. They are minerals that you lose when you are running and they need to be replaced.
So for those that do it throughout the week or on weekdays during the week, what's that convenient grab and go snack that they can take with on their way to work?
On their way to work when they're running.
They've just done their run in the morning and they're like, okay,
okay.
On my way out, what's a grab and go convenient, healthy snack?
Oh, when you finish your run, you need to replace what you've lost. So it depends what type of run you did. Did you do a short run or a long run? But things again, like, your bananas, those are friendly to runners, boiled eggs for recovery. And I mean, protein fills you up, things like oats and fruits, things like that. They really are quick, but they're nurturing when it comes to you feeding the body after you ran. So it depends. If you ran, like I said, a 10K, you only need to recover according to the run you did. But the very, very easy things, even smoothies, getting your smoothie, and especially with a bit of protein in there, which people will add like peanut butter or a protein powder or whatnot into the shake. Things like that are filling, they're full of nutrition, and they're good to go. So it's something that you can eat while even in the hurry or in the car, and you're just taking it all in, but it's still nutrition instead of, getting something like a pie or something like a chocolate or something like that. Whereas you're not feeding the body there, you're just feeding cravings, but you still haven't had anything to actually recover the body, to nurture the body, to get it ready again for perhaps the next day to train again.
But Nontuthuko, Nontuthuko, sorry, we are human beings and food is not always bad, right? I think everything done in moderation will not harm you. But when you're on that healthy route, you're on the healthy route and you just need to commit to it. It's good for discipline and things like that. If I've been doing it for months now, I'm not even going to include myself because now, guys, I've only started 2 months ago, so I don't deserve a so-called cheat day. Although I do give myself that, but no, I think I shouldn't be with the pack. But you have the pack that's been on that journey for like years, right? Is it still even cheat day when you actually are just a healthy eater? Happen to grab a pizza day? Is it still even a cheat day though?
You know what? This is what I always tell patients and people that I deal with, that the most important thing is at the beginning, when you are starting this journey, you need to be diligent, you need to be consistent so that the body, remember, when you are getting to this journey, it's as if you are going through, it's a major detox because you're removing what you usually do or eat. And remember, most of it is bad, which is your sugars, high in sugar, high in things that are going to have withdrawal symptoms. So the most important thing is to stay diligent at the beginning so that the body takes all the toxins out. And while you're eating healthy, the body is going to recognize that, hey, this is good for us. But when, like you said, we're living on Earth where, things happen. You've got places to go to get invites and, there's not really healthy eating going on there. Once in a while, it's fine. For me, the most important thing or a takeaway is that for you in your own home, don't be a person who's shopping junk food. In your home, in your fridge, in your pantry, you should be literally having food that is feeding you and it's for health reasons. And then when you go out there and you are, socializing and you're invited to different events, it's okay to have it once in a while. But my problem is to get you realizing that what you're shopping for your kitchen should be food for health reasons. I even tell parents who have children that, we need to engage children that at home, but then when we're out, it's okay for us to buy you ice cream cone, for you to have that fizzy drink out there. But at home, we don't keep that because it's not food. When we're going to shop, we're shopping for food and we're shopping for nutrition reasons. So, and then the body is going to actually get used to that. And actually your body, Puleng, is going to tell you that, you know what you've eaten, I don't actually like it now. It becomes toxins to you. So your body will tell you, go according to what your body is saying to you, and all will be well.
I was going to say that after a while, I think if you've been on that journey, after a while, a pizza doesn't even taste like a pizza anymore. You're just like, what is this?
Yeah, and you know what? You've cleaned your palate. That's the thing. When you eat detoxing, when you are going more on the regime of eating healthy, all your cells, all your tissues, all your organs are removing all these toxins. So now your body is reset to its natural form. Yeah. So that even if you're eating a chicken that is probably pumped with hormones, you can taste it. You can taste that, no, there's something wrong with this chicken now because your taste buds are more alive,
That's true.
And when you're eating gluten, because I know people, when they stay away from things with flour and with gluten, once you start eating gluten, immediately you have a stomach problem. So your body will be able to detect what it doesn't like anymore.
Nontuthuko, I'm going to release you now, ma'am, so you can get on with your race. All the best. Congratulations. No, good luck is what I should say. What's the weather like there in Captonia?
Okay, in the morning today, they're running the 10K. It was a bit chilly, but then now it's warming up. And there's not so much of wind. It's actually a beautiful morning to actually go for a run. I actually envy the runners who ran today, and I'm just hoping that tomorrow it's more kinder to us running the whole marathon, 42K. Some people will be on the road for even 6 hours. So we're hoping for good weather, for it to stay warm like it is today, but not too hot, not too scorching, and the wind to actually come around when we're done, because Cape Town wind is not kind at all.
Yeah. No, I had my encounter with the wind. I was working in Braamfontein last night. Well, started in the afternoon, but as the day went by, the wind, I actually had my dress lifted up. I had a Marilyn Monroe moment on stage, you guys. Like, now I think I can resign. I'm a veteran. I am a certified veteran. The wind blew my skirt up on stage yesterday while hired by the Joburg Theatre. Hey, at least I captured it with my phone. Hopefully nobody else did. So you must, when you are running there, I know but runners always have shots and whatever. So yeah, no, I've learned. Also when I'm working, whether I'm emceeing or whatever, get those shots and
get those micro shorts or tights or the small ones, rather than your lingerie. Just try and so that even if the dress blows up.
Why I was dressed for the evening. No, I'm gonna be caught off guard. Anyway, goodbye and enjoy the running today,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Listen, our time now is 9:39 Central African time. You will not catch that moment on social media because I caught it with my phone. Okay, I don't think anybody else noticed, but also I think it's where the camera person was. But man, oh man, can drama just leave me alone for like a second? What was that last night, eh? It is 20 minutes to 10 Central African time. Shortly, we now are going to get into our DIY segment, and we'll be talking to Ms. Decorator and helping you pack away nicely in a way that gives you space, gives you room, and looks nice and cutesy, all right? Let's take a break.